And joining us in the studio today is Ois Eboreme. He's a sports blogger, sports analyst. Ois, thanks for coming.
Thank you, Tayo.
I mean, what was that last night? What was that about?
Incredible scenes. Well, PSG played to Barcelona's hands and tore them apart. Unai Emery was tactically inept. Yeah. Starting Lucas Moura ahead of Angel Di Maria was actually very, very terrible.
I mean, Cecilia, when you say, when it says they played into their hands, I mean, what do you take out of that?
Okay, he talked about the fact that Lucas Moura shouldn't have started, ahead of Angel Di Maria.
Who was not fully fit.
Who was not fully fit,
we have to remember
so
that.
Now, if you look at this picture now, yes, we can. Roads to Cardiff. This was before the game started. So these fans came into the stadium believing that Barcelona can actually do it. They can score like 4. And it started happening from 2 minutes into the game. It just started
really
happening.
Fast. Okay.
Now, for the question I'm going to ask you for PSG, those chances they missed and everything, they actually tried to make the best out of it. But when you're having Neymar, Suarez, they were on fire on the night. Messi wasn't really too into the game because he had to drop back and all that. But then he was able to orchestrate some stuff, and even the penalty he scored. So you can actually give it to Barcelona that they were good on the night for his.
Well, they were lucky on the night.
Lucky?
They were lucky, not that they were good.
Do you mean?
Yeah, well,
they scored 6 goals.
It wasn't vintage Barcelona.
Okay.
PSG, they were lackluster. It was an insipid performance. Reprehensible. Because leading 4-0, you come into the match and you're defending for the first 30 minutes. Fantastic defense. First 3 goals were from individual errors. First one, if you watch it very carefully, you see that keeper, Kevin Trapp, I wonder who chose him ahead of Salvatore Sirigu.
He was trapped on the ninth.
Because he's an absolutely...
It's not good enough.
Horrible goalkeeper. I have never rated him, really.
Okay. I'm surprised that you're actually not giving it to Barcelona on the performance on the night. Because you're not giving it to them because you're saying PSG were not good enough. That's why Barcelona were so good.
Yes.
Now, if you had a team coming into a game and all of them decided to fight and play, check when they scored their first goal. They were not celebrating much. They score, they pick the ball, and they run, and they start all over again.
It wasn't as if Barcelona played to their strengths. Messi was conspicuously absent in the entirety of the game, apart from the penalty.
Okay,
now what about Neymar? Give it to him.
Yes, Neymar started playing in the 87th minute.
Yeah, and that was good enough.
And from the 87th minute to the 96th minute,
you know I'm going to disagree with you.
PSG only touched the ball 4 times, and that's when they passed to the center circle.
Okay, you know I'm going to I'll give it to you now. I'll give you some stats coming from Neymar. Now, he had 7 crosses, 6 shots, 4 take-ons, 3 tackles he won, 2 chances created, 2 goals he scored, and 1 assist.
Yeah, and
he said he wasn't spectacular on the night.
He was absolutely brilliant.
Thank you. That's the one I want to hear from
Neymar, right?
But from the 87th minute.
Okay, from the 87th minute. You see that. Now take a look at this incredible start in the comeback win against our PSG. That's the first team to overcome a 4-away defeat in the first leg of a European 2-leg knockout tie. Then also the first team to win 300 matches in all European championships. Like they came on the night to actually break records. And they actually broke
and Luis Enrique has won every home game in the Champions League.
Yeah, incredible.
As manager of Barcelona.
3 years now. That's about 15 games.
So that's fantastic.
Fantastic.
If I were him, I'd just resign.
Nah, boy, he's going to resign at the end of the
leave when the ovation is loudest.
Now, take a look at the other one. They progressed past the round of 16, the last 10 seasons, the longest run ever in the competition history. Then Luis Suarez has scored 65 goals in 64 appearances in all competitions for Barcelona at the Camp Nou.
Even though he acted last night.
Doesn't matter. He got what he wanted. And Neymar, the guy that you said, you said he was brilliant from 87 minutes, but I don't agree with you in that one. He scored his 20th and 21st goal. That's the Champions League, surpassing Patrick Kluivert, who happens to be sporting director now. He's with PSG.
He has a big decision to make. Unai Emery has to leave.
So he's 3rd now in all time. Lionel Messi 94 and Rivaldo 22. So he's got just some things to do. And 95th minute goal came from a free kick given after a foul on goalkeeper Marc-Andre ter Stegen. That was opposition half history. This has never happened before. Now he actually left, when we were going to play that free kick, he left his opposition thinking he wants to go and defend, but somehow he was fouled and Neymar got that got that thing, and before you know it, Sergio Roberto, was on it and everything. But just give it to Barcelona. They were good on the night.
Yes, congratulations, they are true.
Yeah.
But that's because PSG wanted them to go through.
So PSG lost that game.
That's because Lucas Moura inexplicably played ahead of Di Maria. A half-fit Di Maria is better than anything Lucas Moura is ever going to play.
But
we saw what Di Maria did when he came on.
But he missed a chance.
Yes, he missed a chance. Did Lucas Moura have even one chance? Did he get even one chance? Then putting Lucas Moura side by side with Samuel Umtiti, how does he win any aerial duel?
Okay, now that you mentioned it earlier, I mean, you said something about the officiating. I mean, there's a feeling out there that Barcelona got a bit of help, a couple of dodgy penalties. I mean, what's your take on that?
There wasn't any dodgy penalty apart from the one Luis Suarez contrived to give.
Yeah, but that makes it dodgy now.
Well,
there was a push.
We can't blame the referee too much.
Yeah.
We have to blame the officials assisting the referee.
Okay.
Because the referee is a human being. We're all prone to mistakes. So the referee actually didn't give the one for Neymar when Thomas Meunier had to, I don't know if he was playing rugby. Yes, and he didn't give it at first sight. He had to ask for assistance from the referee on the side very close to the goal. So the one that was given to Suarez, he had no option. He saw that Marquinhos was probably all over him. Yeah. But on replay, it showed that Marquinhos hardly touched him.
Yeah, Cecilia, reactions.
Yeah,
reactions, right?
From the coach, Luis Enrique. I mean, he was dancing
talking about?
Happy. I mean,
Pete invasion from me yesterday.
Yes, I mean, as if they've already won the competition. But then, now this is coming from Gerard Piqué. It says sometimes miracles happen. That's why I described last night anyway, especially when you persist until the end. Is a lesson for life. Some people try to bury us before dying. This generation of players someday will abdicate, but for the moment, we're still struggling and reach the quarterfinals. Still struggling, but you guys were good. This is coming from Luis Enrique.
Luis Enrique. Yeah, I mean, yesterday during the presser, I mean, he said, if PSG could score 4 goals, then why can't we score 6? Incredible, and they got 6 goals. Amazing stuff. Cecilia, I've never seen anything like that. Miraculous.
That's coming from him, not I.
Yeah, the players always show amazing attitude, but today they accepted the risk. We usually don't take risks. Most of all, I think it's a victory of faith because we made 2 goals in the first half. I don't know how. At the first half, we were amazing defending, but accelerated our attacking play. This victory is dedicated, especially to all Barcelona fans, and kept faith in the team. Obviously, I mean, when you go to Camp Nou to play, obviously, those guys turn out en masse to support the team. And they were there yesterday, and they were not disappointed.
And this one coming from, we'll take the one coming from
this guy is
Unai Emery.
in trouble.
He just had to admit that Barcelona players were great, and they're actually capable of achieving these kind of things. So you knew, okay, the referee decisions were not easy, and this could benefit us. But instead, these benefited them. We would have played better. I've lived good times. I've had good times in soccer. It's a negative experience, an experience for me and for us to learn. Yeah, he needs to learn a lot now. He said he knew that Barcelona can achieve these kind of things, and he started Lucas Moura, as you said, ahead of Angel Di Maria. Maybe because he felt it wasn't fit enough, and they were 4 goals ahead, so there was no way Barcelona could have scored as much as 6 goals or even 5 at Camp Nou. So he had that belief that they can't do it. But when he entered the stadium, I thought he could have just seen the sign from the fans and all that, yes, we can. And that yes, we can, motivated the players. And that's what the coach dedicated it to all of them.
Well, it's unbelievable because as a manager, you have to know what the strengths of your opponents are. You have to kind of guess what the tactics are going to be before the beginning of the game. He knew that Barcelona were going to go all out. Then he put Lucas Moura. Lucas Moura hasn't done anything of note since he signed for Paris Saint-Germain. So there was no reason whatsoever
for him
why he started ahead of Di Maria. I didn't see how half-fit Di Maria was. He got into that game, he created more chances, he had more touches. Even though he plays less, even though he played less minutes
of the game
than Lucas Moura.
So you think that was a mistake?
Lucas Moura had 20 misplaced passes in the first half.
So they
from an attacking player. Then Edison Cavani.
Yeah.
He's called El Matador.
It's supposed to be composed and come in front of goal. That's the
he
that's
has
the reason for that
goals
name.
this season. So if you criticize him, you're probably going to get a bullet. But if Edison Cavani scores more from the chances created, he will have 60 goals every season. Even when they said Ibrahimovic was playing centre forward and he had to come from the wings, he had too many chances. Cavani always lets people down when it's time to convert chances conversion to goals scored, the ratio, I'm sure you can look it up. He's terrible. From Palermo to Napoli to PSG. He scores a lot of fantastic goals. The goal he scored yesterday was more difficult than the one he missed.
Okay, so obviously, you put the blame on the coach now, Unai Emery. Now you put in a bit of blame on Lucas Moura and Edison Cavani.
Sorry, 100% of the blame goes to the manager.
100%.
Yeah, they always take the hit.
So what happens now? I mean,
this particular game, he has to go.
You mentioned
he has to go.
He cannot be an upgrade on Laurent Blanc. First of all,
that's what it was supposed to be.
It's
because
impossible. Well, he won 3 consecutive Europa League crowns with
couldn't beat
Sevilla.
Barcelona 4 goals to nothing.
Laurent Blanc didn't lose 6-1. He didn't collapse.
I know.
That's a collapse.
This is a monumental collapse. How is he going to explain to Nasser Khelaïfi? Even the French tennis players, Alice Kone, Jeremy Chardy, Richard Gasquet, wouldn't have made just 4 passes in 9 minutes. And the only time they were passing was when Barcelona scored and they had to come to the center circle.
Yeah, I think you're making a good point.
They didn't even have a sniff. You were leading 3-1 with 6 minutes of normal time remaining.
I couldn't see out the game.
You couldn't get the game.
You were leading 5-3, sorry, on aggregate, with 6 minutes. No, there's no explanation
for that.
I'm sure.
I just say the faith and the miracle that Gerard Piqué talked about, the miracle he talked about, and of course the faith Enrique talked about. Maybe that's
their heads were down already. The Barcelona players, according to Marco Verratti, they told him that it was finished. They told him that it was finished until the likes of Marquinhos, Thiago Silva. I don't know why he started ahead of Presnel Kimpembe. Okay, probably he has experience. But if I win 4-0 with the same team, I will never change a member of the squad.